Today is Sunday, October 12th, and from the studios of Delhi, I am your host Devang Pandey, welcoming you to yet another episode of this season's podcast, Football's Remarkable. Today's episode focuses on the career of legendary footballer Alfredo Di Stefano, also known as Saeta Rubia or Blonde Arrow, for his striking appearance and his dynamic approach to the game. His speed, incisiveness, and relentless energy. He transformed football with his intelligence and versatility that made him the heartbeat of Real Madrid's golden era, driving the club to 5 consecutive European Cups and redefining what a forward could do on the pitch. Born in Buenos Aires, he combined South American flair with tactical mastery, earned multiple Ballon d'Or honors, and remains celebrated as one of the sport's true architects of modern attacking play. As we journey with Stefano from River Plate to Millonarios and onward to Real Madrid, we uncover his most decisive moments and explore why his legacy continues to shape the way the game is played and narrated in our segment Football's Memorable. Alfredo Di Stefano won 5 consecutive European Cups and 8 Spanish league titles with Real Madrid. He scored 216 goals in 282 appearances. Born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Alfredo was the eldest of 3 children who grew up in Barajas district, the industrial heart of the city. This port connected South America to Europe, and it was here that football made its first inroads into South America. Di Stefano's father, a former defender of River Plate, having prematurely retired in 1912 due to a knee injury, introduced young Alfredo to football. Di Stefano grew up playing street football in neighborhood teams. In 1944, Di Stefano's father wrote a letter of recommendation to River Plate, one of Argentina's great football institutions, known for its elegance, skill, and attacking flair. The club responded with a telegram inviting Alfredo to a trial with the youth team. He impressed immediately and was soon promoted to River Plate's second team. Within a year, he earned his place in the first team, a remarkable rise for a teenager. River Plate were champions of Argentina for many years and produced some of the most remarkable and legendary football players. Alfredo changed River's style of play from touch and dribble to speed and quick moves. After a year on loan at Buenos Aires' neighbors Huracan, Di Stefano stepped back into La Maquina forward line at River Plate, forming a lethal attack force in Argentina. But playing football in Argentina was problematic because there were many clubs in the capital city and money was not enough for everybody. So in 1949, Di Stefano went to play in Colombia. He played for the side called the Blue Ballet Millonarios of Bogota. Di Stefano was a star player in a legendary Millonario side. They won 4 league titles, with Stefano scoring 267 goals in 292 games. After that, he headed back to Argentina. During this time, some football selectors from Catalonia also visited Buenos Aires at the same time. In Barcelona, it is still known as the Di Stefano affair. They see it as a time perhaps with pressure from the Franco government when Madrid hijacked a player that had signed for Barcelona. but that deal was with River Plate and was not recognized by the Spanish FA, and that's how the Blonde Arrow became a Real Madrid player. Di Stefano's first goal for Real Madrid came against Barcelona as Madrid embarked on the most successful period of their history. At that time, a new tournament was emerging called the European Cup. Real Madrid made it to the first final where they beat Stade de Reims by 4-3. Di Stefano scored Madrid's first goal in the final. In the next year's final, the Italian club Fiorentina provided the opposition. This time Madrid were at home in the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. In a 2-0 win, Di Stefano played a crucial part. In 1958 and another European Cup final, this time in Brussels against AC Milan, who managed to get the first goal, but Madrid equalized and the match went into extra time. But Madrid managed to win by a score of 3-2. Everybody in Madrid was cheering this victory. Real Madrid marched on, and in 1959, Stade de Reims tried to topple the undefeated streak of Real Madrid, but Di Stefano scored once again in a 2-0 win to help Real Madrid win their fourth consecutive title. A year later in Glasgow came the most memorable match. There were 135,000 people watching. This match was the fifth European Cup final of Real Madrid against the German side Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt scored the opener against Real Madrid, but Madrid equalized. Alfredo Di Stefano and Ferenc Puskás put up their best performance with 4 goals from Ferenc Puskás and 3 goals from Di Stefano, which helped Real Madrid beat the German side by a score of 7-3. Real Madrid fans were ecstatic, celebrating their team's glorious victory with passion and pride. At the heart of it all was La Saeta Rubia, the Blonde Arrow, Alfredo Di Stefano, the driving force behind the team's dominance. True to his legend, Di Stefano found the back of the net in every final, leaving an indelible mark on Real Madrid's golden era, also establishing himself as the driving force behind the team's sustained dominance in European football. Real Madrid's first defeat came against Barcelona in 1961, but Di Stefano was back in final in 1962, playing against Eusebio's Benfica. Eusebio, the African sensation, scored twice as Benfica won 5-3, but for him, the star of the show played for Real Madrid. Eusebio admired Di Stefano and was so inspired after meeting him that he asked for his shirt after the match. After more than 10 years at Real Madrid and at the age of 38, Di Stefano spent a further 2 years with Espanyol de Barcelona. He then went into management, spending 4 years at Valencia, but it was extremely difficult to match the success he had enjoyed in his playing days. Di Stefano had some successful spells as a coach, winning titles with Boca Juniors, River Plate, and Valencia. The abiding memory of Alfredo will always be as a phenomenal player, so much so that Real Madrid would never be the club they are today without Di Stefano's influence. He was the reason why FIFA named Real Madrid the team of the 20th century. Known across the world as Don Alfredo, Alfredo Di Stefano was a true global footballer, playing for clubs in Argentina, Colombia, and Spain. Today, Real Madrid stands as one of the biggest clubs in world football, and Di Stefano's influence remains deeply woven into its identity. Whenever there was a major footballing event in Madrid, he was always a guest of honor, and fittingly, he was named the club's honorary president. After retiring from the game, Di Stefano settled in Spain, where he lived out his later years. In July 2014, at the age of 88, he suffered a heart attack and passed away in Madrid's Gregorio Hospital. And so we conclude this journey through the life and legacy of Alfredo Di Stefano. We are left with more than a record of goals and trophies. We are left with the story of a man who redefined what it meant to be a footballer. From River Plate to Real Madrid, Di Stefano didn't just play the game, he transformed it. His vision, versatility, and relentless drive turned matches into masterpieces and teams into dynasties. Football may have evolved, but its soul still echoes with the brilliance of Don Alfredo. That was our show. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time. Goodbye.